The magic of Bibbidi and Bobbidi is certainly an outlier in the action-packed world of Dragon Ball, but nothing's more out there than their mysterious Majin Mark. The symbol only had a brief presence in the grand scheme of Dragon Ball Z, but its effects were legendary. But while its possession of the prince might be the symbol's most memorable moment, other characters give more insight into its true nature. The mark completely dominates those branded by it, both inside and out. This is best exemplified by Spopovich, who Bobbidi exerted such control over that he used the man's own energy to rip his body apart. Those with inner shadows are more susceptible to the mark's influence, as seen with the otherwise strong-willed Deborah and Vegeta. While these individuals are mostly in control of their own actions, they're dominated by their own evil wishes, and their powers are augmented. Vegeta in particular allowed Bobbidi to influence his will, in order for him to return to the evil Saiyan he was before he met the Earthlings and Kakarot, aka Goku. Note that I said influence. This is because Bobbidi never fully gained control over Vegeta's will. Instead, he was only able to bring forth the evil that was already in his heart. Unlike Deborah, which he fully controlled, Vegeta's pride, which he had since he was a kid, the pride of a Saiyan prince, allowed him to overcome the demands and the spell of Bobbidi, proving that Vegeta held his status and pride as a Saiyan prince to a higher level of importance than his quest to defeat Kakarot in battle and gain power. With this in mind, it's safe to say that if Vegeta found reason to, he could have used this same mindset to overcome Bobbidi's initial attempt to gain full control over him, showing that the Majin branding spell is indeed 100% resistible. Now, even though this may not be canon, in the video game Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2, Bobbidi even reanimates villains from the grave, such as Frieza and Cell. These revived villains are born completely under Bobbidi's control and never rebel. Now, don't you think that's a bit odd considering their characteristics? It just goes to say how strong-willed Prince Vegeta is. Also, keep in mind that during these times in the game, these villains have no problem fighting alongside Boo, giving the impression that they may be under his control. Or maybe the case is they just respect his power and authority to the extent of not rebelling. Interestingly enough, aside from Bibbidi and Bobbidi, Majin Buu is the only other character to wear the Majin Mark rather than it being branded on his flesh. Bibbidi wears the mark on his cap, while both Bobbidi and Buu wear it on their belts. This pattern makes sense when you consider that both these evil beings were produced by Bibbidi.
How dare you! I'm the one who created you, you stupid idiot! Hi, I'm your dad.
That's right. Did you know that Bobbidi isn't Bibbidi's son in the traditional sense? This was noted in Akira Toriyama's authorial notes. But rather, similar to Buu, Bobbidi was created through the use of Bibbidi's magical powers. Even saying Bibbidi created Buu is misleading, since Buu technically existed since the dawn of reality as raw chaotic energy. Bibbidi simply conjured this raw chaotic energy which already existed and formed it into the carnal being we now know as Buu, or Majin Buu if you will. Still, it's important to note that Bobbidi inherited the full power of Bibbidi's Majin magic, which is to manipulate others, while Buu's power is purely destructive and regenerative. Now, the Majin Mark has made sporadic appearances following the Buu saga. It mostly appears in video games like in the evolved storylines of Super Dragon Ball Heroes, where Bobbidi dominates the wills of movie-centric villains. On the other hand, Dragon Ball GT features a cameo of Bobbidi when the villains escape from Hell, but only briefly. When it was all said and done, Bobbidi was slain by Future Trunks in Dragon Ball Super, indicating that there are no more versions of the villain around. Now, with both Bibbidi and Bobbidi dead, the only individual with any control over the Majin symbol is Buu. This means that unless Buu can somehow learn to control magic on the same level as Bibbidi and Bobbidi.
Hey, Boo! I'd like you to do me a little favor, but you're going to have to use your magic.
It is very unlikely that the magical aspect of the Majin brand will ever reappear in the Dragon Ball series. Note that the powers associated with the Majin Mark has so far spread inherently through Bibbidi's offspring. And considering Boo is the only one left, as of now, he is the last heir to the mark and the powerful magic that's associated with it.
You are a fool! I am going to crush you and throw you into the wind!
Now that we're on that topic, there is actually still a number of ways that the Majin symbol could return. The first is through Kid Buu's reincarnation, Oob. Dragon Ball Z ends with Goku taking Oob off the train, so it's possible that Oob could return in Super with a new mastery over the old powers of Bibbidi, even though this would mean he'll have to be evil, right? A second possibility is that the Majin magic still exists in another one of the main universes. Even though this is very unlikely, who's to stop Akira Toriyama from getting creative? Talking about creative, the final possibility is that the symbol could resurface in the previously branded Vegeta as Majin Vegeta. Now, I think this is even less likely than the second possibility which I stated, considering Vegeta's characteristics as well as his previously demonstrated will to fight it and overcome most of its consequences. While the Majin symbol itself is unlikely to return to the franchise, there are plenty of other encounters with magic in the Dragon Ball universe. Throughout the series, there's been the magic used to create the Dragon Balls, Fortune Teller Baba's abilities, and the demon magic of Hell. Not to mention, Dragon Ball Xenoverse introduces a new character named Demigra, who's a demon relative of Deborah. With all these forces still in play, there's a chance fans might be treated to magic even more devastating than the Majin Mark. Regardless of this, my love will always remain with Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT. I'm not too big of a fan of Dragon Ball Super. Thanks everyone for checking out this video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell notification icon, and give this video a like if you want to see more related content. Take care, and don't forget, all the praise and glory be to Jesus Christ. Amen.